Okay, today we're doing a hidden features video for the E90. You guys know I have this blue 2007 E90. Now the E90 I classify as maybe one of the best and probably one of the worst BMWs ever made. We'll go over a little bit of that during this, but there's a lot of hidden little quirks of this car, a lot of funky stuff going on to it. So what I did, I looked up everything like what everybody else did. I thought, well, let's make a video that's different. Let's show all the stuff everybody else doesn't show, all the hidden features. The number one most commonly asked question is that, where's the key lock on my E90? The trunk won't open with the button. Right there, it is actually underneath there. A lot of people don't know that. However, I wish I would have put that on things like the X3, on the E60s, but they didn't, and that's that. Now, most E90s, depending on what year it is, all have power folding mirrors, right? And from the factory, I think they're set to automatically power fold. I think that's defaulted to that, I'm pretty sure. If you live in a northern climate, that is a horrible, horrible, horrible idea. Because what'll happen is they'll start doing this crap. So the default kinked in and not in the correct position. Now, both the mirrors on this car, the gearboxes are broken. Because what will happen a lot of times is set up to where when you go over a certain speed, was it 30 miles an hour, they'll stay folded at 30 miles an hour, they'll unfold. Or something, depends on how you have it coded, right? So when it's below freezing outside and they get ice on the mirrors, what's going to happen is when they try to unfold, you're going to be folded in like so. Those things actually fold down. And when they try to open up, they're going to pop and they're going to break the gears. Then your mirrors don't work. All right. So you have a couple options. You can replace them. The problem is, whenever you go to take off again, if you don't code it out, it's going to break them again. All right. The other option is you can snip the wires, disable them, and then code them out and problem fixed, right? The covers come off pretty easy. You could do all that. That's the power folding mirrors. That was a good one, BMW, I have to say. That was a real good one. Now, the most hidden feature, and it's weird and it shouldn't be the most hidden feature, is checking the damn oil in this thing. Now, this one actually has iDrive. 99.95% of these cars will not have the iDrive. iDrive's easy to check it on. So you have to go into the combi or the gauge cluster and check it. So you got to turn on, let's just start over. Turn on the key, and you're going up here and you're going to hold this guy here until you see the oil pop up. That allows you to check it. That allows you to reset all the different stuff, all your service items and things like that. Now, ordinarily, you just go into the iDrive and you just push down and go to entertainment, or the I button, I'm sorry, not entertainment. And you go to info sources, and you go to service info, and you go to down, check engine oil level, and there you go, right? The car was kind of set up for iDrive, but they didn't put it in hardly any of them. Just to be clear, the whole entire car is different for the iDrive models. The whole dash is different. Everything's different. Something else about this car, I mean, well, to start off with, at least they put the handle in the trunk. So if you lock somebody in the trunk, they get out. I do have some more of these snaps coming too. I ordered a whole box of those. But the next thing is there's no spare tire. And this thing's all kinds of little trim pieces popped out. There's no spare tire, just like the M5. And these come factory with run flats, is why that is. A lot of BMWs are like that these days. We do have a nice little storage compartment in the back here. some kind of little brown balls in there. I'm not really sure what that is, fuzz or spider eggs or some kind of creatures. You know, I don't really know. You put those in one of these days too. Definitely need to install those. Now, there's one more hidden feature. Not all these cars are going to have this. This one does have it. And it's a pretty sweet freaking option because this makes the car a lot more usable. And that is, we got the dirty old fold down back seats. And if you put the seat just a little bit forward, it'll go all the way down and all the way flat. There you go. And that gives you all the way through to haul stuff. It's a funny 10-second story here. Whenever I first got this car, I needed to haul some little pieces of wood, some trim pieces. They were 6 foot long. So with the seat down, I could just feed them into the back. They go all the way up almost to the console. You can haul quite a bit of it and close the trunk. I just brought along a blanket or a sheet or something. I think it was a blanket. You can lay it on the carpet so you don't get anything on there. You could actually haul some stuff, quite a bit of stuff actually. Okay, so now as far as the engine goes, there's a few things in here that is a little bit less than desirable, but it is hidden. It is a hidden feature. So in these cars, if you ever worked on one of these cars, and you can see the trim covers off of this, you're gonna have to do the valve cover, right? You're gonna have to take the valve cover off. Well, on the E90, it's not just quite so simple. You just have to slow her down a little bit. You ain't gonna get it off just that easy, or get it back on, I should say, that easy. So what you have to do is back here, all this cowling comes out. And on this car, it has the ECU boxes under all this cowling. You see a little bit of white right there? That's the ECU box. You actually have to take a nipper and snip the corner of it off because it's such a tight fit, you cannot successfully reinstall the valve cover back in because it just won't fit, right? That makes a sweet valve cover change on this car. I believe also all the 1 Series are like that too. It's been as long as I had to do that, I can't remember, but that is another issue. Another hidden feature, or possibly even a drawback at this point, we'll have some good and some bad in this video, is the grills. Now E90, this is what year it is, has these little chrome lips on the actual hood itself. So when you open the hood, they stay on the hood. The problem is every E90 I've ever opened the hood on that has those, underneath of it, the chrome is always flaking off. And it has this razor sharp edge that's peeling up, which will cut your little fingies wide open. So watch out for that. Now, there is some plus sides to this car. These cars usually don't suffer with too much control arm issues. Like a lot of the bigger cars, you got to replace the control arms fairly often. They're wearing the top rears out. But this car really overall doesn't have a lot of issue with that. Now this one being all-wheel drive is a little bit different setup, but I think a lot of this due to the car is quite a bit lighter, and it's not such a massive car. It doesn't wear pieces out near as frequently. And a lot of the 5 Series E60s these years suffer with the brake shudder. No matter what you do to the brakes, new rotors, new discs, new pads, new control arms, when you come down from high speed and you hit the brakes, it'll have the shake. These cars don't do that. So there is a plus there. Now, if you have a pre-LCI car, even some LCIs have the halogen headlights, right? These have the orange on them. LCI will have all clear. But this has the halogen bulbs. You can see if you look in there, it has regular standard bulbs. You cannot see anything with these bulbs. You would be better off holding the candle out the window, which it would blow out the first 2 seconds you did it. You'd be able to see more by that than with halogen bulbs. In my opinion, why BMW still puts halogen bulbs on cars, I have not the slightest idea. That should be done away with completely. And they have done away with it on a lot of the newer cars, but you still see them sometimes with halogen bulbs on them. Same as the fog lights go. Just totally worthless. While we're talking about things that chap my cheeks on this car, is the full custom windshield wipers. People just want to be able to go to Walmart and buy wiper blades, right? They just want to be able to go in there, or AutoZone, or wherever it is. If you're driving along, your windshield wiper blade flies off or flips up and it's dangling, it's flopping around. You don't want to have to custom order, special order stuff and wait a week to get it, especially if you're driving home in the rain. So the wiper blades on these are definitely not a local item at all. They're definitely not cheap. This thing probably needs them. Be totally honest with you. So watch out for that, for sure. Now, they did keep a lot of other stuff, like the old hold the unlock button down, it rolls all the windows down, opens up the sunroof. If you live in a hot climate, that's a good deal. You let all the hot air out of the car like we just did. If you live in a climate that's below freezing and you put that bad boy in your pocket and you lean against it, you sit down, you're close to your car and it holds the button in, and you have ice on your windows and on your sunroof, well, congratulations. You're going to be doing window regulators immediately. There's one thing that BMWs do not and will not tolerate is rolling the windows down or opening the sunroof in sub-zero temperatures. That is a guaranteed bad time for everybody involved when that happens. Now, I actually seen something when I was in the back seat earlier. That's interesting, but I'll go ahead and show you. It does have an auxiliary port. It's supposed to be in the old glove box there in the armrest. For some reason, for unknown reasons, that bad boy's hanging out the back. Why is that like that? Well, really don't know. That didn't happen when I owned the car. This thing's kind of dirty on the inside. It's supposed to go in right there. Probably what it was. Oh, got some AIDS cream in there too. I'll have to remember that. Yeah, probably kept falling out of there. We'll have to address that. The next thing is we got a switch. Yeah, that's kind of sticky. Flip off and on. That is actually a cooler for the glove box, or the cup holder, as you say, to keep your drinks cool. Also got a lighter for your cigs in there. If you're smoking in your BMW, well, slap yourself in the face. That's never going to help anybody, including yourself. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. This one has all kinds of cool stuff. It has the DVD system, the Navigation Professional, has all that kind of stuff. This one also is extra, so it has the old downhill descent. You can see right there. If you don't know what that is, whenever you're driving the car and it's nasty out, it's icy out, if you're going down a hill real slow, as my driveway has a steep incline, you can click that button on, let off the brakes, let off the accelerator, and it'll control itself going all the way down. If your car's X-Drive, it has that. And next thing is these little gates on top. You could pop these open. I don't even want to do it because once they break off, you're in trouble. You could pop that off. Then it has a hole. You could attach a ski rack, a bicycle rack. I don't know. I don't even know. All kinds of junk on the top of your E90. Whatever you want to do. But be cautioned. If you ever lose one of these doors, you're not going to buy one new from the dealer. You're going to have to buy the whole entire strip, as we had to do on this car, which costs a bunch of money. If you buy a used one, the clips are probably going to be all broken. You have a difficult time putting it in. Like I said, they do have a lot of benefits. Depends on what year you have. This car has the GM transmission because that's all-wheel drive. That's all they put in these years. Once you get to LCI models, like newer, you get the ZF transmission and all-wheel drive, and so forth. Which, I mean, these early models of transmissions are great, but you just gotta baby them like anything else when it's cold. Let them warm up good. Never gonna have a problem with it. Keep the fluid changed. Overall, the cars aren't that bad. This one has a lot of bizarro issues, but gotta expect a little bit of that with some age. That's pretty much gonna be it. There's a lot of electronic issues too. This car has the JBBE, the junction box, that usually goes bad. That's an issue. The FRM, which is the light module, just goes bad. Most of them have that problem. Just be aware when you buy one of these. Make sure you scan it with some kind of legit scanner. There is no legit scanner. It's Vista only. If you don't have Vista, well, I don't know what to tell you. Don't buy this car. That's my best advice to you. that's gonna be it. I bet this is a hidden features video like you never thought you'd ever see. I think there's one thing on here other people have done. Everything else is definitely new. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you later.